All right, we saw a story in the Wall Street Journal about a rift in the world of professional Santas, a fight that turned Santa against Santa. Reporter Josh Behrman looked into it for us.
This is a Christmas story, a tale of two Santas. On the one side is Tim Conahan, a full-time professional Santa with a big belly and a real flowing white beard. Tim is so dedicated to the idea of Santa Claus, his house is in a perpetual state of Christmas. There are St. Nick tapestries, a workshop with a calendar marking the days until Christmas, and a grand throne where Santa Tim receives children. It is like the North Pole if the North Pole were in Riverside, California. The counterpart to Santa Tim is Santa Nick. That's right, his actual name is Nicholas. And he too has a belly and a real white beard, which means that he must always be prepared for Santa contingencies, even in July, even when he's out running an errand.
I went to my storage facility to pick up some stuff, and I pulled in my car with my wife and my two kids, and I hadn't even gotten out of the car yet, and there was these two little girls, and the one little girl, about 5 years old, she goes, "Hi, Santa."
Santa Tim and Santa Nick are at the center of a political schism that's overtaken their guild, the Amalgamated Order of Real Bearded Santas. One of the many people who joined the organization was Santa Tim Conahan. This is the Santa Tim from the beginning of our story, the one who sang to me. Santa Tim was a well-known Santa in Southern California. He always had good gigs, and under the name The Kringle Group, LLC, he ran various Santa-related businesses, including a referral service and mail-order wardrobe catalog.
Like I said, the Santas were saying, well, when are we all going to get together? So I put together the first Santa convention.
This is video from that convention, which was called Discover Santa 2006. And what we're hearing is the sound of over 300 real bearded Santa Clauses, their associated Mrs. Clauses, and a contingent of little people dressed as elves taking to the streets. And meanwhile, all the media attention was attracting new members, one of whom was Nick Trolley, the other embattled Santa from the beginning of the story. He'd been quietly plying his trade as a part-time Santa, unaware of the organization run by Tim.
I don't remember why, but the one day I just did a search of Santa on the internet, and I was like, well, wow. You know, I think I might have been looking to replace a suit. But anyway, I did a search, and I came up with Santa, and then I found the Amalgamated Order of Real Bearded Santas. I said, well, gee, isn't that kind of cool?
Nick attended a meeting in New Jersey and immediately got involved. He joined the board and volunteered to help plan the next, bigger Discover Santa convention. This is all in the spring of 2007. No one knew it then, but that was the high water mark of the Amalgamated Order of Real Bearded Santas. Less than a year later, the organization would descend into chaos and split in two. The trouble began just a few months after Nick joined. When he started on the board, Nick clashed with Tim immediately. Nick accused Tim of using Aorbs to profit his own Kringle Group businesses, and he started whispering to some of the other Santas about it. Then Santa Nick storms in and makes the following demand.
I'm asking you one more time. Please, take down the camera and leave.
On what authority?
On the authority Aorbs is running this room.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to quote the bylaws and you're going to have to ask all of the members to leave. I'm here representing 2 of the 4 Southern California chapters.
I represent 877 members of Aorbs.
That's under question, quite frankly, but I officially represent...
I am ordering you to leave our premises.
I refuse to leave voluntarily.
Security, escort him out, please.
You don't have the right to pull him.
Excuse me, this man is enforcing rules that do not exist.
The hotel security guard takes just a few steps before he realizes he's in over his head. It's likely his training did not prepare him to walk into a room full of angry Santa Clauses. For starters, they all look the same. It's hard to tell who's on whose side. He pauses, looks at all the big men with beards looking back at him, turns around, and goes for backup. In the stunned silence that follows, you can see a few arched white eyebrows around the room.
You know, this tyranny must end, guys. This tyranny must end.
You're Santa, for God's sake.
This isn't the night of the long knives, guys. This is...
Eventually, the Knott's Berry Farm hotel security chief shows up with 2 other guys and approaches Rick.
I'm a supervisor hotel. These folks are asking me to leave. Gentleman back there is the one who booked the event. He doesn't want you here, so you need to leave.
I mean, I got 3 rules that I live life by. I won't be lied to or about, I won't be stolen from, and I will not be laid hands upon. And in my opinion, these guys violated all 3 of my core codes. And We went to war.
We have a white male, 50 years of age, name unknown. Following the completion of the external examination, the body was washed and lightly dried. A Y incision was made from the bilateral clavicular joints to the xiphoid process. The tissue was waterlogged. Amy. Yes? What is it? There's someone in the lobby for you? It sounds urgent.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.